Have you ever wondered where phrases such as, "there are no stupid questions," or "being healthy is a state of mind" actually come from? Well, you might be surprised to know that people have been asking themselves this for 2,500 years, because the first one who brought 5 of these life lessons was none other than Socrates. One of the most famous philosophers in history was born in Athens, Greece, between 470 and 468 BC. All throughout his humble upbringing, his mother was a midwife and his father was a stonemason. Socrates' life would turn out to be anything but ordinary. He made it his mission to investigate important issues related to ethics, life, and the nature of knowledge. Socrates didn't record his thoughts in writing, in contrast to other philosophers of his era. Instead, he conversed with people, questioning their opinions and encouraging them to think more carefully. His distinctive teaching approach, dubbed the Socratic method, was based on presenting difficult questions that encouraged critical thinking and revealed truth. Even though there was a lot of political and intellectual activity in Athens when Socrates was there, his beliefs frequently ran against the ruling class. He was actually charged with corrupting the youth and mocking the city's gods despite his dedication to morality and truth. He received a death sentence in 399 BC, and the rule of law by accepting the punishment rather than running away. His bravery and his insight helped inspire other philosophers and intellectuals throughout history, leaving an eternal mark. According to Socrates, pursuing truth and leading a moral life are more important to success in life than having money or influence. He taught us 5 steps to success that are still important today: developing self-awareness, prioritizing virtue over materialistic growth, asking questions and having conversations, committing to lifelong learning, and maintaining one's morals in the face of adversity. The classic quote from Socrates reads, "The unexamined life is not worth living." He believed that self-awareness was the cornerstone of a successful existence. He thought that rather than being truly self-aware, people frequently conduct their lives on autopilot, motivated by habits and presumptions. Socrates believed that questioning, "Who am I?" and "What do I truly value?" was the first step towards success. You see, self-awareness enables people to live truly and make wise judgments. Without this, people run the risk of pursuing objectives that are meaningless and unsatisfying. Socrates promoted the everyday practice of introspection. People can have a better understanding of their desires, their shortcomings and strengths by thinking back on their behaviors, their convictions, and their feelings. For instance, he pushed people to consider the reasons behind their decisions about relationships, careers, or even personal objectives. He highlighted that living a more meaningful and purposeful life could result from being aware of one's intentions. Even now, developing self-awareness is essential to success because it enables people to match their behavior with their actual goals. The popular belief that success was correlated with wealth or rank was challenged by Socrates. He believed that materialistic belongings were temporary and frequently resulted in greed and unhappiness. Instead, he thought that leading a moral life was the path to true success. According to Socrates, virtue included traits like courage, wisdom, justice, and modesty. These were the timeless gems that provided eternal satisfaction and joy. Socrates himself had a simple life, frequently going about Athens barefoot and dressed discreetly. He showed that even in the absence of worldly wealth, a life catered on morality may be full of significance. According to his teachings, pursuing an ethical lifestyle provided greater fulfillment than acquiring wealth or influence. This way of thinking is still relevant today. When they acquire financial success, many people who pursue it end up feeling disappointed. His dedication to virtue acts as a reminder to us all to value moral conduct, justice, and kindness over superficial gains. People can develop deep connections and make constructive contributions to their communities by doing this. Everybody likes a little bit of extra scratch, but what's that really costing you at the end of the day? His approach to questioning, now referred to as the Socratic method, is one of his most well-known philosophical contributions. See, he thought that in order to discover the truth and eliminate misconceptions, conversation was crucial. He would challenge people's preconceptions and encourage them to think critically by asking provocative inquiries. This technique promoted intellectual humility, and it also helped lead to a lot of deepening insight in his time. See, he showed that significant insights might result from asking questions. For instance, he would hold conversations with citizens, politicians, and craftsmen, frequently showing inconsistencies in their ideologies. He helped them in identifying the boundaries of their knowledge by doing this. Instead of claiming to know everything, he thought that people could get closer to the truth by exchanging ideas with one another. And that's honestly something that a lot of people are missing today. And here's the thing. This method is still incredibly helpful in the modern world. Asking insightful questions and having meaningful conversations can improve relationships, it can resolve disputes, and it can inspire creativity. An open mind and teamwork are ideals that Socrates promotes as critical for both professional and personal development. So instead of getting angry and heated at somebody for thinking differently than you do, have a conversation. Find out why. Okay, according to Socrates, acquiring knowledge is a lifetime job. He frequently said, "All I know is that I know nothing," expressing his belief that there was still a great deal left to learn. For Socrates, success meant always pursuing knowledge and development rather than arriving at a destination or a conclusion. He spoke with people from many different walks of life in ancient Athens, including scholars, poets, soldiers, and craftsmen. He showed the importance of humility and curiosity by viewing every encounter as a chance to learn. And he never stopped investigating new ideas or challenging accepted wisdom, even as he got older. Today, lifelong learning is still essential for success. The capacity to adapt and learn new things is essential in a world that's changing quickly. Continuous learning keeps people current and creative, whether through formal schooling, reading, or interacting with different viewpoints. At every stage of life, Socrates' example provides an incentive to maintain our curiosity and openness to development. And for a little perspective, we've had the power of flight for less than 130 years. So when we say time changes rapidly, yeah, we mean it. Socrates' most inspirational legacy may be his complete dedication to his beliefs. See, he had the chance to flee after being given a death sentence for his convictions, but he decided to stay. For Socrates, upholding his moral principles was more significant than saving his own life. He felt that compromising his morals would damage his soul and compromise the reliability of his teachings. Say what you will about the guy, but this bravery in the face of difficulty showed that Socrates believed in living an authentic life, even if it meant paying a pretty hefty price. He pointed out that a worthwhile life requires moral consistency and honesty. He demonstrated what it meant to put principles ahead of convenience or fear by remaining strong in his convictions. It can be pretty difficult to maintain one's morals in the modern world, particularly when confronted with social pressures or outside influences. But as Socrates' life teaches us, integrity is the cornerstone of enduring respect and self-worth. Even under trying conditions, we might succeed by being true to our principles, which are firmly anchored in honor and honesty. The ageless advice of leading a meaningful life may be found in Socrates' 5 steps to success: developing self-awareness, prioritizing virtue over monetary prosperity, asking hard questions, and participating in dialogue, as well as committing to lifelong study and upholding one's ethical principles. In addition to being philosophical ideas, these principles are achievable steps that anybody can take to satisfy their personal and professional goals. And despite the fact that Socrates lived centuries ago, his knowledge still motivates us to act morally, think critically, and embrace the process of self-improvement. We can attain a type of success by taking these actions that go beyond financial gain and tap into the essence of what it means to just live well. The pursuit of virtue and truth is the ultimate accomplishment, as Socrates' life and teachings offer endless inspiration. But what are your thoughts on these teachings? Do you practice any of them yourself on a daily basis? Make sure you let us know in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next philosophical video.